Stephen, when you look at the specialist, Will Reicherd, and the place kicking has been stabilized in recent years after a few years in which it was notoriously not up to speed. But Reicherd hit on 20 of 28 last year. I got to say that James Burnup at just about 39 yards per punt doesn't, at least on the surface, look like he's getting the job done there. But what's your assessment on Burnup and Reicherd?
Well, first and foremost, Reicherd, of course, fans are thrilled for him and proud to have him in the program. You look at 2020, perfect season this past year, 22 of 28, but some of those he could have made. You had botched snaps, and you had the holds that were not clean. And when you look at place kicking, the snap's got to be right, the hold's got to be right for the kick to be right. And a lot of those times, Reicherd had to deal with either botched snaps or the hold was not clean, and that led to the kick not going the way Reicherd would have liked for it to, but has been one of the more stable kickers in the Nick Saban era at Alabama, so fans have been happy with him. James Burnup, maybe not the boomer that a J.K. Scott was from the punting perspective, but at the same time, I feel like Nick Saban puts more emphasis on, can you just squeeze the returner? Can you keep the returner from getting a strong run back on you? Whether that's squeezing him to a fair catch or allowing your return team to get down there and cover the kick. The basis is, can you squeeze the returner? Can you prevent the returner from getting positive yards on your punts? And more times than not, Burnup did a solid job of that, where he either forced a lot of fair catches or he hung the ball up there enough for Jamison Williams, Kool-Aid McKinstry guys to get down the field and cover that ball, not allowing whomever's returning the ball for the opposition to get those major yardage and create that positive field position. So I feel like Saban holds that more so in high esteem than just having a guy that can hit the ball 70 yards in the midnight sky. Now, he appreciates somebody that can hit the ball 70 yards in the sky, but if you can just control where the returner wants to go and not allow that guy to get major yardage, that's what Saban holds more so in high regard. And I thought Burnup did a pretty solid job of that this past season. So you get both of those two guys back. Now, the area that Saban wants to see would be in the return aspect. With Slade Bolden gone, Bama has had guys in the past like Jalen Waddle, return guys like Tyrone Prothro in the past, Freddie Millins in the past, that when they touch that ball, they're going off to the house. They're breaking those returns back for touchdowns. Even Devontae Smith, though he was more so the big-time receiver in 2020, he took a punt back for a touchdown. So that's what the fans want to see. That's what Coach Saban wants to see as well, who can create that electricity in the return game. And JoJo Earle is back, and he can do that. It's just for him judging where that ball is, judging the bounce of that ball, whether that trying to keep the ball from going over your head, trying to not lose the field position. So JoJo Earle is a guy that'll be in that spot. But in terms of other guys, Saban's going to have to find those guys, whether it's a freshman receiver that can do it, whether it's a defensive back that can do it. It's going to be a fun discovery of, behind Earle in the kick return game and the punt return game, who is the guy that Saban can trust to not only have the sure hands and judging the bounce of that ball well, but that can also be electric in having you hold your breath. Is this the guy that can take it to the house, so to speak? Because Jamison Williams can take it to the house from a kick return aspect, and you've had guys, like I mentioned in the past, on punt returns that can do that. So Saban got to find that type of guy on special teams.
Stephen, Freddie Millins, you're taking us back to my heyday when I was on the sideline covering Alabama football.
I mean, Mark, Bama's had that guy to where you hold your breath and go, is this the punt that's going 99 yards? Hey, he's gone for a touchdown. So that the fans love that type of stuff. They love, okay, can this guy be a game breaker on that side of the football? And Freddie Millins did it. David Palmer was a guy that did it. Tyrone Prothro was a guy that did it. And then you look at, in the Saban era, Jalen Waddle did it. Eddie Jackson, though he was a defensive back, he did that thing. So who can Nick Saban find now? You put him back there. he's not only a good judge of where that ball is going to be in relation to where he is on the field, but can also break that ball back for the end zone.